Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at TheTechTrader.com. It's Tuesday, the 22nd of October. These are the charts of the day. Well, it did turn out to be a turnaround Tuesday, but the markets, which were up sharply in the morning, turned over and rolled and closed at the lows for the day going away. A very ugly finish. And lots of our stocks that we talked about in the last few months on the short side have done very well of late. It's time to do a quick review of some of the Boxer shorts, both Tech Trader swing shorts and some of the other on the list. Starting off with ACN, which I first gave you after it broke the head and shoulders on a snapback here. We were at 61.2 before getting up to 66 and then rolling over hard to 48.9 zone. It's backing and filling in here on a wave 5 decline, so it might have to come back up further, but eventually I think you're looking at mid-40s. ACN or Accenture has broken a head and shoulder top, or it appears it might have. Today's break of the wedge and drop of 462 has taken us down to key support here. Neckline of his head and shoulder top, perhaps. Any further damage here, and you're looking at 175, 169.70, and maybe a lot lower than that. But for starters, let's keep an eye on this one. AVLR in the software group, which is getting pummeled after a huge run-up. This stock has gone from 29 to 90 some odd, and that's rolling over. The rising wedge to the declining 50-period moving average and declining tops line, along with the neckline of the head and shoulder top that was broken, will snap back to it and failed right there. If they're dropping off, today it dropped 229 more, and there's a gap to be filled right there at about 60, 60 and a half. If we get below that, it could fall apart. Alteryx, AYX, broke down from the wedge, broke down from another wedge, and then wave 5 is assumed. This fifth wave has been ugly. From about 115 down to 87 in a flash, meaning about 5 or 6 sessions. It's now at an oversold area at the bottom of what looks like a possible channel. I'm going to redo this. This looks like your angle right now. And off the top here, the best I can see for this stock would be a snapback to resistance and another short entry in the mid to high 90s. With an eventual target at about 80, and if the market falls apart, we get a lot of drops in this group. High 60s wouldn't surprise me. Pretty ugly chart. Look at the downside volume and the decline in the technicals. Recent Tech Trader swing BAH. When the drop down rose and formed a wedge, I put a swing on it, and then dropped, popped, and dropped again. But today's drop may have broken the whole pattern. Dropping 190 or about 3%, the stock looks like it's rolling over. And at first stop is mid-60s, the second stop is high 50s, in my opinion. Beyond Meat continues to drop, reaching a new 5 or 6 month low at the bottom, nearing the bottom of the channel. Now, I think my target might be now around 98, 99. So let's watch for that near term before it bounces soon. We'll see if that occurs. C-Trip, as ugly as it gets, dropped down, ran up from the wedge, broke that in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline. Now another wedge is forming. I'm not sure it's going to reverse. I think we make a lower before it does. 26 target. Grubhub was a short back in, I believe, February, when it formed that bear flag. It then came down, bounced, and it came down again. You can see another bear flag formed. This is basically a drop from near 150 down to 52 or 3, and it doesn't look like it's done yet. Target 43.4. MongoDB or MDB, head and shoulder top, and Tech Trader swing short, broke down, rose right to the declining tops line and lateral, and the neckline of the head and shoulders before falling apart. Watch this one carefully in the days ahead. Below 112, we're looking at 93, 94. Service now got whacked today, but completing a top pattern after coming down for 5 or 6 days in a row, now dropping from 275 to 225 in a flash. There is some support in here. We may get a bounce. If it does bounce near 240, 43, it's a short for a move down to 205. After hours, it actually is already fallen apart as it dropped down to 187 at the low this evening. Wow. Well, that already completes my target and fills that gap right there. Not even, worse than that. It did bounce though. So let's say it dropped down to this range, about there before bouncing. Not a good thing though, as the stock might consolidate and go lower. OKTA also rolled over after snapping back to the neckline and the 50-day moving average as well as the channel top. A double bottom break here could get this down in the low mid 70s. I'm to sell. Right back up to resistance at the lateral price resistance and declining tops line. At this point, I'm looking for a crack of this pattern, and a rollover takes us down to the high 50s. PAGS Seguro head and shoulder top broke We noted that last week. It broke with a breakaway gap, formed a little wedge and broke down again today, dropping another 334, 8.5%. Looks like it's headed to 32.3, maybe eventually mid-20s. Tech trader swing short Paycon, whacked today, dropping from a high of 208 down to 189, closing 190 and change, down 15.43 or about 7.5%, and it's now below secondary support, slightly right there. For me, the next target has to be 180 and 170. Progressive, the insurance company. Long rising pattern, but this key support broke of late. The stock looks like it might be headed lower into first the mid-60s and then high 50s. Anaplan, top pattern broke, double bottom broke, snap back, broke down, looked like it was going to try to rally today. Big engulfing reversal bar. My target now 39.40 and 36.7. And last seen another software stock is getting whacked after the top broke, came down and bounced to resistance, but came down hard today, losing another 620 or 5.3%. Your next target is 100, 101, and then something around 87. TripAdvisor's ugly down channel. You can see where it broke here, snap back there. That's where we gave you a swing short. It subsequently rolled over and got down to 35 from the mid 50s, forming another bear wedge. And I think my target now is going to be 30-31 zone. Tractor Supply TSCO broke a head and shoulder top as well, now forming a bear flag. Folks, I'm looking for 79.80. Looks ugly. Trade Desk broke down from the major trend channel from the bear flag. It may be breaking, dropping 11 today. This stock might be headed for, well, the near term is 174, secondary target of 165. TWLO, down near 100 from where we first gave it to you at 134. It doesn't look good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth wave is underway. We might see a quick drop down to 92, 93. And finally, Zscaler getting crushed from this mini head and shoulder top with a falling flag here. Breakaway gap to the downside of bear flag, and down goes Frazier. This stock doesn't look good at all. Now it's oversold, but I think momentum could carry this down into the low to mid 30s. That's it for tonight, everybody. An ugly look at some of the boxer shorts.